Thank you so much. Kindly confirm my video and audio.
Yes, sir. It is proper, sir.
Okay.
Audio
Very,
is also.
a very good morning to all. I need some response from the participants. I have posted this message. Good morning to all. I got only one response. Thank you, Sweta, for responding me. I given one more information that I have shared my YouTube channel, and if with a request to subscribe my channel, you will get more knowledge and content. How are you all? Very good morning. May I get some response from the audience? Just want to check the recipient level of my audience.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you type in the chat box and can you respond in the chat box? So we are all meeting in the virtual mode. I just make sure that you are all being very active. Yes. Can I get some response in the chat? Can I get some response in the chat box? Pleasant morning, sir. Thank you, Ramesh. So far, I have received only two response from Sweta and Mr. Ramesh. Good. Yes. So it's my great privilege and honor to be here to share my knowledge on process of innovation, development, technology readiness level to the students of biotechnology of PSG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. I wholeheartedly thank the organizers, the HOD sir, and the Rashmi madam for inviting me to deliver the, the topic which is really required for the nation building. So when we talk about innovation development, it is the major responsibilities. First, know the dimensions of innovation development. So that it starts with so any development process, any development, any business, it revolving around three P's. The first one is people, profit, and planet. People may be the customers, people may be the employee, people may be the employer, or the, the approver. So a lot of people are involved in the development process. And next thing is the customers to whom you are developing the product is very important. And profit, if you develop anything without making any profit, then it become useless. It become useless process. Okay, in order to ensure the not to making the your development a useful one, it is the responsibility of defining the business model and defining uh, the profit out of it. If there is no profit out of it, the people are working for that. Okay, so nobody is working without any profit, even if it's a small task or big task. The what is required is we need some profit out of it. And when you are in the development of innovation development, and you have to make sure that you are making profit out of it. So for that, we are all talking about the profit, and the second P is talking about the profit. And planet, most of the some of the times the business people and other developers may not mind of this planet. And when we look at people, when you look at profit, the forgettable thing is planet. We are not bothered about our planet, but the people have started thinking about the human has realized what mistakes we have done in the past. And this is a time we are thinking more about the planet sustainability and the quality of the air and the quality of the ocean water and the species living in the air and in the ocean. So we are slowly concerning about the planet. Okay, any business, any innovation, it revolves around this people, profit, and planet. Okay, so if it is bearable, if it is equitable, if it is viable, then only you can claim that sustainable. We don't want the mere product; we want sustainable products. Sustainable product. Okay, India is a country where we are 140 crores people are living in the country. The what is highly required is sustainable product. Okay, sustainable product will satisfy people. Sustainable product will yield good profit out of it, and sustainable products will have the concern about the planet always. Okay. So being a biotechnology student, I just want to convey this unique invention made by Kavita Sukla. The name of the invention is the nothing but fresh paper. Kavita Sukla, when she was doing her biotechnology in one of the US university, eh, it has been proposed by Kavita Sukla as her PG project. You just think about what kind of projects proposal you are submitting as part of whenever you do a batch is doing a project for the as a final year project, we normally call it as partially for the partial fulfillment of the degree. Okay, it is worth enough to be called as partial fulfillment of the degree, and you have to ask this question and have the answer for this question. Okay, so it's this particular problem statement made by Kavita Sukla submitted for the approval of the final year project, and her professor got impressed by her proposal and allowed her, approved it, and allowed her to continue the work on the fresh paper. Okay, so this older picture, this was a Kavita Shukla, Indian origin, settled in United States of America. She is sitting with her grandma. Her grandma is very having the old tradition of having spices, adding all spices in the food to preserve food. Even in our homes, if you go to kitchen, our mom used to keep a small pattai inside the sugar, the cinnamon inside the sugar bottle container. Okay, so we think that the ants and other things will not come to if the cinnamon is inside the sugar container. Okay, so that really triggered her and the importance of spices, and she has invented a fresh paper. This fresh paper is used to um, fresh paper is used to preserve the vegetables. Okay, you and me are witnessing every day how much amount of vegetable being wasted in the market. Even why not in the house, in the fridge? Every week when we clear our fridge, how much amount of vegetables and other things we are throwing out. Okay, because we don't have the proper mechanism of preserving those things. Okay, so her fresh paper invention is really an eye opener to the everyone. Even a small piece of paper will preserve a basket full of vegetables and fruits for a month. Okay. Uh, so really, so let me show some of her the innovative interviews. A lot of interviews are there with respect to Kavita Sukla. So if you have time, you can see this. Okay. Hope it is you are seeing this, and this is what the Kavita Sukla. She has become an entrepreneur nowadays. Uh, people, lot of people are calling her to know about Kavita Sukla, and she is being an inspiration to many of the people. Okay, so fresh paper inventor Kavita Sukla, honored at Par of Women. He won a lot of prizes and for her innovations. They could see a lot of YouTube videos of Kavita Sukla's how what made her to invent this fresh paper. Uh, I was impressed by seeing a lot of videos. Yes, I think some advertisement is coming. Yeah,
With House of Green.
Fresh paper is just a simple little 5-inch by 5-inch sheet of paper. It's infused with organic spices that are naturally antifungal and antibacterial. So if you just put one little sheet of fresh paper in any box or carton filled with produce, it would keep everything in there fresh for 2 to 4 times longer. My name is Kavita Shukla. I'm the founder and inventor of Fenugreek Fresh Paper. I first got the idea for fresh paper when I was visiting my grandma in India, and I accidentally drank some tap water. And in India, you're really not supposed to drink the water. And my grandma went in
she's
the
sharing
kitchen
her
and she made
experience
this
when she was
mixture of different
in
herbs and
India,
spices. And she said, "Oh, just drink
how her
this." And so
grandma
I
is
drank it,
using the
and I didn't get
spices.
sick. And then I became really curious about the different herbs and spices that she used. And over the years, I actually ended up finding that some of the spices in the mixture were able to inhibit the growth of common bacteria and fungus that I found around my kitchen, and eventually I created.
Yes. So it's going like this, and Kavita Shukla's invention is being celebrated, and the whole earth is celebrating her invention. Okay, and I just want to share. Hope it is visible. My screen is visible to you. And for your kind information, I'm invention, no innovation. So this is what really made me to think a lot. The invention of the invention made in the floor mat. So innovation can be made in any product, any existing product. Okay, so this is what the floor mat of Indian floor mat, and this is what the imported floor mat. I was wondering of seeing this floor mat in one of the shops in Chennai. Okay, so in India, especially the when we go for the to go to buy a floor mat, automatically our eyes will go this kind of floor mats. You know? Why I'm showing this, innovation is possible at any level. Any level. People may think that when you heard this word being in biotechnology student, uh,
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
The screen that you're sharing is not visible, I think, sir.
yeah, wait a minute. Hope it is visible now.
Yeah, now it's visible, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
When you look at this picture, left hand side a set of floor mats available, right hand side another floor mat is available. Okay, automatically which one you will prefer if you go to a shop to buy a floor mat? It's a question to the audience. Which one you will prefer? Audience, you can unmute your mic and say any students. Which one you normally prefer? Which
On the right.
on the right hand side? Yeah, this one you will prefer because it has more features and the color and other thing, the spur. Okay, it really attracts the customers. Okay, I said at the beginning that when we talk about dimension of innovation development, you have to think about the profit also. Even when you make or manufacture produce floor mat, we need to think about the profit. For that, you can make some changes. The changes is nothing but why I'm showing is to the biomedical biotechnology student. Innovation is possible at any level, at any product. Okay. Why I have shown Kavita Sukla's product? You have to think about your final year project. What kind of project, what kind of innovation you can make over the existing one. Not only presenting and getting mark from your project work, how you can uh, make it as a market attracted product. Okay, for that we are all going to seeing about this technology readiness level, innovation development, and so on. Okay. So you cannot separate the design from innovation. Innovation, the role of design innovation is very important. Say, I can give one example. See, I can show you the pen. I have a pen. So, and even if you want to make some changes in its design, it is possible. Make the customers to handle it very easily. So, okay, some people will always like to some kind of what I say. Um, the safety or other things in the while they are writing, some kind of comfort while they are writing writing with the help of the pen. Okay, you can do a research, people can do research, and so the small grip is given here. Okay, only this part alone, the grip is small grip is given. It is making the writer, making the customer feel very comfortable. Okay, you cannot separate design from your innovation development. So technology is the core. Wherever I go, I used to tell that one who is strong in technology can innovate something. If you want to innovate something, the first step is technology. Without knowing technology, nobody, because it is a lot of business are happening there. People are buying from the wholesaler and they are doing selling as a retailer. Okay, you cannot climb that process. That is also making some profit. There is no doubt at all, but there is no technology involved. At the same time, if you are involving technology in this, if you are making some app, if you are developing some app, you are marketing it with the help of the website, or so it has its own potential. So we cannot separate technology also. So and the business is another thing. Then human values. When you do everything, we have to think about the human value. That is what we have seen the planet and the usability, how people will desire it. When you technology and when the technology and human values are integrates, we concentrating on design, interactivity, and when we merge technology and business, we will it will come out as manufacturing, and the business and the human values, the organization behavior will play a vital role. Okay, so I have taken few innovations in biotechnology field. So biosensor is the common technology being used in biotechnological field, where to track the patients, the heart and other the blood pressure, pulse, breathing and body temperature. Biosensors are used. So you can make some innovation in biosensors and the possibility. And another important innovation in biotechnology is 3D printing. So 3D printing, people nowadays using the 3D printing of for the what I say for the the making the human body like heart, skin, and the other parts for research purpose and other things. So we have visited last November. We have visited Andhra Pradesh MedSec zone, amidst where 250 acres area land. A lot of companies are there in a single premise. They are making a lot of medical equipments, and one of our professors innovation, the idea has been accepted by them, by the Med Valley, and the product developed successfully. She has onboarded at Amit, and where we have seen a lot of specimen, the bio 3D printing uh, playing vital role, and even in colleges, schools, ATL, through the ATL, people have started using the 3D printing. And bioplastic is the need of the hour. How we have polluted our nation. We had a tradition even being the city, Coimbatore city, the commercial city, and you are all very familiar with the Manjapai. Okay, so hats off to the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has taken back the legacy, encouraging people to carry the Manjapai. So we, knowingly or unknowingly, we have used tons of plastics, especially plastic bags. We have forgot to carry bags when we go to a mall to shop something. Okay, every time we go to a shop, we are depending on a plastic bags, and it's all dumped into the soil, and it is really spoiling the soil and making the soil sick. Okay, even we had a discussion with one of the industrialist people, and he is saying that the electronic waste management is very difficult. Managing the electronic waste is becoming very tedious, and even if you crush the CDs, the it when it goes to the soil, it being threatened to the plants. So that much hazards we have. So in order to avoid these things, biotechnology students and research department has to come up with some kind of innovations on bioplastics. So I'm instincting is I'm one of the goodwill ambassador of Tamil Nadu and Masila, Negli Masila Tamil Nadu, promoting schools and colleges about the what I say avoiding plastics. Okay, so I just want to convey the innovations of Vinisha Uma Shankar. He's doing it's in ninth standard in one of the schools in Tiruvannamalai, Tamil Nadu. Okay. Recently, Prince William in England, they have he launched one challenge to identify the innovation which is heavily supporting the environment for the coming. He started it 2020, and every year he is going to identify the winner, and he has sponsored for the entire price amount. What innovation is helping the ocean, what innovation is helping to keep our air clean, what innovation is helping to protect our environment, what innovation is helping to protect our forest. So if your innovation is highly helpful for the environment or to protect the planet, then you can go for. So the first edition has been launched 2020, and continuously every year the call for will come. Even if you have some worthable product, you can submit your innovation over there. And Vinisha Uma Shankar's innovation is nothing but the solar empowered iron cart. Okay, every day you and me are crossing few iron carts, and we are not bothering about it. What really bothered her is the amount of carbon dioxide emitted by the iron cards. Okay, so she has calculated and how many iron cards and how many coals been burned during the for this process. She calculated, and she wanted to provide an innovation or the innovative product in the name of Iron Max powered by sun, solar empowered iron cart. Uh, and it got a lot of applause in national level, international level, and she got an opportunity to talk in United Nations. Okay, so when she was talking, she started a speech by saying that looking at the world leaders, and she started talking about the world is angry on the leaders. So it is a responsibility of the leaders. It is a responsibility of the leaders to think about. So I have read one message by the Narayana Murthy sir, founder of Infosys. He said, so India must think about to solve its great challenges instead of thinking to become the take up the global leadership. So one said we are talking about to become a global leadership. Yes, our people have become global leader. Microsoft, Google, Adobe. If you look at people have become global leaders, there is no doubt about it. But at the same time, it's a responsibility of the students and Indian higher educational institution, government, and all statutory bodies to think about to solve the great challenges. Great challenges. Every year, every year, the capital of our country is facing the uh, polluted air during the winter time, and every northeast monsoon, the Tamil Nadu, especially Chennai, uh, the other places are suffering with the rainwater. Okay, one side we are talking about smart cities, another side how the uh, we have failed to manage the rainwater and rainwater harvesting, though we have the possibility of to drain the water to sea. So the technological solutions are not being given so far. And I just want to, a few of my slides, I'm devoting it for the students, especially for the students and faculty members, those who are attending here, how you can leverage your invention, what government of India and government of Tamil Nadu is promoting innovations, what kind of support you can expect from government of India and government of Tamil Nadu. Okay. So Yukti 2.0 is one of the initiatives of government of India, where students can register, faculty members can register. If you have incubation center in your campus, you can register in the name of your incubation. Institution can register, and even the non-teaching faculty member can register. Okay, so while registering, you'll be getting the username and password. You will get your login credential, and with the help of this login credential, you can enter into Yukti 2.0, and various avenues are avenues are there for student, faculty, and staff, and education institutions on behalf of the student, faculty, and staff can register, and startup created by student, faculty, and staff. Suppose if you have any startups in your campus, The startups can register, and institution incubators on behalf of startup created by student, faculty, and staff candidates. I have given the website here, ikti.mic.gov.in. Kindly have devote some time after my presentation to visit. If you have a piece of paper or noting down anything, please Yukti 2.0. And if you surf the internet, you will get a lot of information with respect to Yukti 2.0. And this visualization I have taken from the website Ikti 2.0, where I could see the sector-wise submission. When you see the sector, it is not devoted for any few sectors. It is all sectors can apply. So water, sanitation, waste management, tourism and hospitality, technologies for grassroots impact, robotics and drones, robotics and renewable and affordable energy. So the aerospace, aviation space, agriculture and allied industries, and the chemicals, clean tech, consumer goods and retail, and then conventional energy, defense and security, education, electronics and IoT. So these are all the various multi sectors where people can submit. Our students and faculty members can submit their ideas if we have ideas. Okay, now you might have the question that what kind of ideas. I have answered for it. And this another visualization on state-wise distribution, where the based on the number of registration they have received, number of ideas they have um, received is clearly displayed here. So if you look at the invention submitted by, or the idea submitted by Tamil Nadu, a collective of the institutions, 6,425 ideas they have received. It's data pertaining to 2 years before. Tamil Nadu is topping with 6,425 submission, and Maharashtra is in the second place, have submitted 2,749 invention, and Karnataka is in the third place, have submitted 1,703 ideas. Okay, so after seeing this, I just visualized. I was thinking that I was imagining that there would be some visualization in the future, institution-wise distribution. So whenever I give talk, I encourage people to submit your ideas, even if it is in the beginner level. You need not worry about it. Okay, so institution wise distribution is available, will be the future. And we when there is a distribution, there is a visualization on institution wise distribution, our college must come on top. Okay, so even I'm in Sairam institution, I'm promoting it, and one of our faculty members have submitted and got the mentorship from the recommended by the Ministry of Education. Okay, so once the submission have been ideas have been submitted, it will be evaluated by expert committee constituted by the Ministry of Education, and they will provide either sponsorship or mentorship. Okay, so this is the innovation disclosure form you are supposed to submit, is starting with sector. As I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of sectors starting from aerospace, aviation space, the sports, mobility, mining, metals, minerals, technologies for grassroots impact, education. These are all the various sectors where you can submit your proposal. And next is submitted for either student or faculty or staff. So you need to answer for this. And next is the stage, the technology level. Why I'm correlating this with the today's topic is the majority of our time we are going to discuss about technology readiness level. Okay, so you must know what is technology readiness level before you process all those things. Okay, technology readiness level is nothing but where you are standing with respect to the readiness of your technology. Okay, it has 9 levels. The first level is basic research principles, postulated and observed, but not experimental proof available. There is no experimental level. Most of the time, when you submit your proposal for zeroth review, you will be in the same state. Okay, even that kind of, even if you are in that stage, the Yukti is encouraging you to submit your idea, and you will get mentors from outside, the expert, and frequently they will interact with you, help you to complete your project a bigger way. Okay, the technological readiness level 2 is talking about technology formulation, concepts and application have been formulated, and the technology readiness level 3. So similarly, if we have, and And if you have no, non-technical or process innovation itself being encouraged here. Okay, and after that you will be asked to provide some basic problem, does your innovation applies, and solution, what solution we have. And the higher education institution must know the next initiative of Government of India in the name of Kapila. Kapila is nothing but Kalam Program for Intellectual Property Literacy and Awareness Program. So I hope that you would have heard a lot of awareness program on intellectual property rights. Even I have given a lot of awareness program on intellectual property rights, around 70 programs, and I have given webinars, I have given innovation, intellectual property right, and other things. I've shared my YouTube link in the chat. Okay, so you can what you can do is you can um, yeah, again I have shared my YouTube link here. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you will get a lot of information with respect to innovation, more information on innovation, intellectual property right, patent filing and drafting, the the technology readiness level, pitch, how to pitch your ideas, how to convert your ideas into what is the opportunities with respect to innovation for higher education. So I have given around 75 talks, and videos are available. So I request the participants take few minutes to subscribe my channel, and soon whenever I come online, even this program I'm streaming it my YouTube channel. The main purpose is creating digital content is very important. Documented digital content is very important. The next thing is you have to what I say. The next thing is you need to make others to learn, because when my digital videos are available in my YouTube channel, anybody can. So every day around 50 to 100 people are watching and getting benefit out of it. Even while I'm sleeping, somebody will be listening the lectures. Okay, so that kind of the technological support we need to provide. So basically, I'm a professor of computer science and engineering. So it is my passion of giving this kind of digital asserts and keeping it open for everyone. Okay, so I request you to subscribe my channel and watch the videos. You can share your friends for the maximum benefit. Okay, the objective of Kabila is to recognize, facilitate, and felicitate the intellectual property innovations, best practices in higher education institutions. Okay, and if I hope the IIC of your institution is very vibrant, and the latest announcement we have received, a higher education institution can submit their data over 15th February 2022. If uh, if you have any IPR, you can reimbursement these things. Okay, the Kapila scheme, Ministry of Education is giving the uh, funding for 10 patent, each 5,600, at the maximum of 56,000 you can get. Okay, and you need to, I don't know whether your college is having this Kapila committee, or this is a recent, according to the recent circular from the Ministry of Education, every higher education institution must constitute its Kapila committee. The person would be a faculty member, maybe a principal level director, dean, or vice chancellor, senior faculty level, having IP background knowledge. And the next member is from institute alumni or industry expert. And you can have one more member from institute alumni, industry expert, incubation head, technology transfer office representative. Then it is better to always to have a legal advisor and IPR expert, and one faculty member from the institution must act as a convener, a single point of for the single point of contact. Okay, so we have seen some of the initiatives. So you would have heard about NISP, National Innovation Startup Policy, where the government has already, Ministry of Education has given the policies for innovation and startups. So keeping this as a base, every education institution can write their own policy, and this policy must be implemented with the help of IIC. Once these are implemented, you will be honored by Kapila. So it's a flow of getting things done. And the startup Tamil Nadu has recently made this announcement. You have till time 11th March 2020, going to what I say, give the seed fund in the name of seed, TAN seed 3.0 is the third version, up to 10 lakh rupees for the worthable startups. If you have any startup in your hand, or if some of any of your friends is having this startup and really in need of seed fund, so this is the right platform. You can apply this. Okay, so the people will be benefited. Let's come to the topic, the importance of innovation. So IPR and startups are major pillars. Gone are the days we were concentrating on educational ecosystem. We are focusing on educational ecosystem, where the completing the syllabus, the getting university rank, the mark, highest mark. There's a race for that, right? But the slowly the ecosystem is getting the new shape in the name of innovation ecosystem. So where the innovation ecosystem, you would have experienced in recent statutory bodies, the accreditation process started asking how many startups you have produced, how many entrepreneurs you have produced, how many incubations, or how much amount do you have spent in the name of seed fund. Am I right? So these are all some of the questions the affiliating bodies have started asking. It's a clear indication. So every institution must have their own innovation ecosystem. Okay. So basically, it is being a dean innovation. It is excuse me. It's my responsibility. Wherever I go, I'm being the evangelist of evangelizing what is innovation. Excuse me. What is really innovation? Most of us do not know. After taken up this charge as dean innovation, I vigorously searched to know about innovation to make others to understand what is innovation in an easier way. So the first step is discovery. Okay, so we have a lot of discoveries. Columbus discovered America, Vasco da Gama discovered India. Okay, so one which is being already in existence, they have not found something new. Okay, so that is nothing but discovery, but it is tedious process. So always admire these people. We in 2019 we have been in Andaman as a family trip, and we have traveled from Port Blair to Island, Have Island, Havelock Island. So it was one hour journey, and while we are returning it, the we are traveling opposite to the waves, sea waves. Okay, really 1 hour trip was very tedious, and the most of the passengers started vomiting and started fainting. So so much inconvenient that trip has given. Then I really uh, thinking of the people, those who are really work hard to discover India, to discover America. Okay, we are not talking about one Columbus. We are talking about one Vasco da Gama. You know how many Columbus would have died during this process of discovering America? How many Vasco da Gamas would have died during the process of discovering? So discovery is not so easy, my dear students. Discovery is a tedious process. Invention, the best invention I always mention in my talk is Thomas Alva Edison's invention of electric bulb. When Graham Bell's the inventions. So it's all a lot of inventions. Okay. So the how many days he would have spent in laboratory to make identify the right filament to ignite the light, to introduce the light to the world. Okay, this is what he would have sacrificed his family, his fun time, his the food, sleep, everything. Okay, again, my dear students and faculty members, invention is very tedious, very painful process. It is not so easy. Okay, discovery, invention. The next thing is innovation. Innovation is nothing but what is invented? We are not using the electric bulb invented by Thomas Alva Edison as it is. What we are using is the innovation. Innovation. Okay, Graham Bell has invented the phone, and what you and me are using the smartphone. It is innovation over there. It is innovation over there. Okay, and innovation is possibility any level. So the call to the education institution, higher education institution for the nation building is to innovate something. We are not asking you to discover something. The discovery is very tedious process, uncertainty, full of uncertainty. You do not know what will happen next. Okay, so it is very very tedious process innovation. So so we are encouraging you to innovate something from the existing one. Invention, the best equation or the definition for innovation is equal to invention multiplied by commercialization. By commercialization, I'm talking if you are not selling it, you are not making it for somebody. Okay, when you do a project, finally a project. Okay, make sure that it's a common question by the reviewers, and it is most of the times it would be unanswered. The question is, who will use your application? Who will use your product? That time only people thinking of, oh, I need answer for this question. I was not prepared for this question. But the moment you start your development, the project, you must target your people. That is what we are calling immersion program. Okay, so invention multiplied by commercialization and startup and entrepreneurship. Both we had a common name business unit 5, 10 to 15 years before, but now we are calling it as startups and entrepreneurship. Startups at the beginning stage 3 years are the same business unit. At the beginning stage will be called as startups. Near 3 to 5 years, from the inception to 5 years can be called as where people will struggle a lot for the fund, for approval, for the workspace, and so on. Okay, once you have while you are success on it, your business unit will become an enterprise and you will become an entrepreneurship. You are jumping in from the startup to entrepreneurship journey. For everything we need intellectual property, right? These are all the various components of innovation ecosystem. Okay, let us come to the technology readiness level. My dear friends, you must know what kind of readiness level. Readiness level is nothing but, so every time we have to know, when you do something, when you invent something, when you do a project, you must know that where you are standing and how to proceed it. Okay, so this nine technology readiness level is helping you to identify where you are standing and how you are proceeding. Okay, so you and me are part of the nation building. What is required is we need more sustainable product, we need more market product, we need our own product, we need to provide our own product for our own people. I have given an example. Even the floor mat we are importing from China for even the small things. Okay, so uh, for electrical people, engineering people, we are not allowing people to do small things, but it's highly required. Even for a resistor, semiconductor things with resistor, we are importing it from outside, but we are not allowing people to, even we are not allowing people to manufacture their own electric bulb and start a startup as per their final year project. The computer science professors are not allowing their students to develop website and to claim it is their final year project. Then after completing 4 years, the same student will work in a company, multinational company, as a website developer. But education system is not allowing. It's our mindset. You and me are part of the nation building. We need to provide. What's wrong in developing a website and claiming it is their final year project? What's wrong in developing design and develop a resistor and claiming it is their final year project? What is wrong in for an electrical engineer to develop an electric bulb, LED bulb, and starting a startup, selling it for the whole campus people? Why you are not considering it as a final year project? Educators must think, time has come to think about all these things, and we need to have the product, sustainable product for our to meet the need of 140 crores of our people. Even for small things, even if you go to shops to buy a toy, all are China products. That's what Government of India has recently conducted. Minister of Education recently conducted Toyathon, where our traditional the toys must come to market with innovative process. Still, we have using the same thing, the Tanjavur Bommai. Tanjavur Bommai. There is no invention at all. Why our people, our students, our education staff are not making some innovation over there? So technology readiness level, you must know the technology readiness level of marketing your product into, launching your product into markets. It may be business to business or it may be business to customer, B2B or B2C. So technology readiness level is a measure of estimating technology maturity of core technologies in a problem during the selection process and in subsequent monitoring and evaluation phases until these technology or product utilizing them attain market readiness. From the idea, from the idea to the commercialization, we must know where we are standing. The basic is starting with the basic technology research, then moving to research to prove feasibility, technology development, technology demonstration, system, subsystem development, system test, launch, and operations. When you do your final year project, you have to think about which level you are standing. Even you can include this as is one of the parameters of evaluating the projects at the final review. Make your students to tell the technology readiness level. Let them have a experiment on their own. Let them have a discussion. What kind of technology level the product has to launch it to the market. Okay. Technology readiness level 1 is basic research. Initial scientific research has been conducted, and principles of qualitatively postulated and observed. Principles are qualitatively postulated and observed. Focus is on new discovery rather than application. Okay, it is something beyond that. Beyond that. Okay, when you do something, when you identify something, when you find something, and applied research is the second one, technology readiness level 2. So initial practical applications are identified, potential of material or process to solve a problem, satisfy a need, or find application is confirmed here. Okay. The process of solving a problem is very important. Even though you have this another step, once the ideas are generated, we need to check the possibility of doing it and to whom you are satisfying or developing this product. Technology readiness level 3 is critical functions or proof of concepts established. Suppose you are applying your project for any funding. So this proof of concept, you have to justify your proof of concept. So what is it? Applied research advances and early stage development begins. You have come across the basic research, you have come across the applied research, then with some kind of the technology proof of concepts you are making. So studies and laboratory measurements validate analytical predictions of separate elements of the technology. Then what the technology readiness level 4 is talking about lab testing, validation of alpha prototype components and process. So it is nothing but design, development, and lab testing of components or processes. So the results provide evidence that performance targets may be attainable based on projected or modeled system. So what is technology readiness level 5? Laboratory testing and integrated or semi-integrated system. So once the product is developed, we have to take it to the laboratory. So most of the higher education is not concentrating on it. They are doing their in-house testing, but in-house testing will not help us to make our it will not give high confidence on our product. And 6 is prototype system verified a system or process prototype demonstration in the operation environment. So it is something like beta version. So whenever the Microsoft launches a new software, we would receive the beta version. Beta version may be in free of cost, and the main purpose of launching beta version is getting the real feedback from the real users. Accordingly, the changes will be incorporated. Technology readiness level 7 is talking integrated pilot system demonstrator. So the system which you have developed or the process you have made prototype demonstration in the operational environment. And 8 is talking about system incorporated in commercial design. So the actual system process completed and qualified through test and demonstration. So in computer science, we have the alpha testing, beta testing, regression testing, acceptance testing. Every field, every manufacturer, they have their own testing procedures. And the final level is nothing but system proven and ready for full commercial deployment. It can be launched in the market. Now it is market ready product. So from the idea to the market level, you have to judge which level the technology is from level 1 to level 9. It is making the people to understand the things. Okay. So similarly, we have to know about the manufacturing level. So manufacturing readiness level. So manufacturing readiness level. So in order to think market the once it is ready, then you are scaling your the product development. Okay, where it is moved to the manufacturing. Okay, so what are the things you have to think about when you go for manufacturing, whether the design is ready or not. Okay, so everything is designed. So engineering or the any development starts with the requirement specification, analysis, design, development. Every development is based on a design. Okay, so design has its own. Even the recently I have read this news that Indulega coconut oil, the cap is designed by somebody and patented by somebody, and the inventor is getting lot of pros from the Hindustan Liver Limited for using his ready design. Okay, so even nowadays design patterns are getting more popular, and you can design. That's what I said. No, even the pen cap you can make some design. Okay, you can propose and you can reach the customers. Uh, and our manufactural materials are ready. So everything is ready. If materials are not ready, the most of the business during this COVID period has struck because of the non-availability of the materials. We have to ensure that materials are ready. Then our resources and the cost ready. So everything is ready. If you don't finance for that, then it is a headache for us. So we need to think about the resources and cost ready. Our processes are ready. Everything is ready. If the process is not clear, they have critical processes been demonstrated. So we need to have a proper process. Even running an institution, we need. Even if you conduct a review, we need a process. Even if you conduct this webinar, the organizers, maybe Rashmi madam, would have undergone some kind of process, approaching me, getting approval from the management. If the process are not clear, then it's not defined, then we cannot do anything. Okay. Then everything is ready. If the manufacturer professionals, we need skilled people, we need trained people, we need certified people. Are these people will be stable? It affects the manufacturing. Our facilities are ready. Okay, so the place where we are going to do the manufacturing and the legal things and everything is ready or not. So manufacturing planning is ready. Say where how you are supplying. So manufacturing is going on how you are making the product, whether is the supply chain integrated into the plan. So these are all the things we must think about it. Okay. So let me skip some of these slides. Okay. How we can encourage it in the education institution is the question mark. Okay. Being an educator, I can tell I can give some information, but I need to give some practical information, successful models where you can also do. And so we are in Sairam, we have unique models called Sairam SDG ideas on first year, encouraging the ideation process from the first year, successfully conducted last year and this year also, where making all the students to involve in it, and the our office will have the repository of their ideas, and these ideas will be useful for converting. When they come to second year, we have a unique program called Sairam SD Solvathon, where we will teach them how to solve the idea, what are the technological stuff, domain things are required for them. And we have a process called innovation clinic, where students will come up with their ideas, discuss with us, and it's just a casual discussion while going on how a patient will come and discuss with the doctors for their ailment. So students will come and discuss with their ideas, and we'll give you some solutions. We will identify the potential of the in properties. And this the snapshot I have taken from during our visit at Amit's Andhra Pradesh MedSec, where this is Dr. Tamil Shelvi. Her idea has been accepted by Amit's Andhra Pradesh MedTech zone. She successfully unloaded for the product development. She is at Visakhapatnam now, concentrating on her development process. And I would like to draw the attention of the audience. Hope you're all with me. Yes or no? Can you say yes can you type yes message in the chat? Can you type yes message in the chat, because the next slide is having some vibrancy. I want everyone to be part of it. Yes. Yes, I'm going to give very useful information, very useful information. Yes, thank you. I'm getting a lot of information. So hope you have subscribed my channel. Kindly subscribe my channel and share this. Even this video, I'm streaming it. Make it available for more people. Okay. So research is about finding optimal and sustainable solution to society's current and future problems. Okay. Hope you are all admiring. But most of the research, what we are doing, research, I mean, even the projects we are doing without this scope, without this focus, without any any scope. Okay. What I want to tell you is this: I have learned from the IIT Delhi director that problems are originated in the library and end up in the library. So what does it mean? Gone are the days we are fully depending on library. And if you initiate your library, you formulate a problem from library. At the end, you will make it as a paper, and again you are sending your paper in the library. That's all. That's all. But the purpose of education is purpose of doing biotechnology, purpose of doing engineering program, purpose of doing the science and engineering and technology. We need to provide people. We will make the people's jobs very easy. But now the questions you may ask that then if we are not formulating our problem from library, from where we'll go? That's what we are encouraging higher education institution to have their own immersion program, where you have to take the students to industry, take the students to village, take the students to hospitals, take the students to the various places. So why not you go to your kitchen? You go to your kitchen. What job? How Kavita Sukla has did their innovation, their project. Okay, her inspiration was her grandmother. Grandmother uses lot of spices to preserve food. That really triggered her to invent fresh paper to preserve the vegetables and fruits. Similarly, you need to come up with an idea. So when you come up with this, you will come up with the target audience. That this webinar is very much helpful to analyze your technology readiness level. My humble request to the HOD and the other project coordinators: you put put a parameter technology readiness level. Ask this question when they write their report, when they submit their paper. Let them have a paragraph for technology readiness level of their own project. It has its own impact. So I'm addressing on 100 people. I cannot address all the people. So even if 100 students are benefiting out of it, I'll be very much happy. That would be the greatest takeaway of my session. Problem must come from the society. Okay, so think in such a way that how we are contributing our society, how we are contributing our village, how we are contributing what technology, what process, what product you are contributing to your society, your village, the hospitals. Think in such a way that you will be a successful person in the world. Okay. So normally begin with an idea, form a team, find the value in the idea, You need to create a business model, build a business model, pitch to investors and experts. A lot of people, investors are looking forward the great idea. If we have bright ideas, it will be taken by will be funded by those people. Okay, so the immersion program, education, service, spirituality, social justice, community. You can consider any one of the one. I have already told, no. Smart India Hackathon is going on. I don't know how many of you are participating it. You be a part of it. A lot of problem statement have given. You can think about the problem statement given with respect to biotechnology and take this as your and don't simply attend and in the sake of getting a praise or attending. Okay, continue even you are getting praise or not. Continue the work. Make it enhance the problem statement. Enhance the problem statement. Convert this as your final year project. I always that I have seen people will come up with different ideas, different problems. But at the end of the 4 years or 3 years, no product will come out. That's what I am focusing on, making the students to come up with one idea and studying the technological to for that idea and creating a prototype for that idea, creating a project, a product for that idea. That will be considered as the finally a product. And any company with respect to that idea, you just apply and get that. So every student and one startup, one idea to one startup is a concept I'm promoting to all our higher education institutions, and that is highly required for today's competitive world and all the government of India's initiatives. We have to be supportive to the initiatives and wonderful initiatives being taken by government of India and government of Tamil Nadu to promote innovation and startups. The the That's the only thing will help our nation to become the developed nation. Our grandfather studied India as a developing country. My father have studied India as a developing country. I have studied India as a developing country. My son is studying India as a developing country. When it will become a developed nation, so this is the only way. Be a part of the thing. This is one of the initiatives of Sairam institutions where they have given space for TAV South Australia for e-bike manufacturing, design and manufacturing. This picture I have taken from Massachusetts of Technology Design Lab. Do you have this kind of design lab in your institutions? So you plan for this. Business model is very important. You need to identify your key partners. You need to identify the key activities. You need to identify the key resources. You need to identify value proportions. You need to identify the customer relationship. You need to identify the channels. You need to identify the customer segments, cost structures and revenue streams. Okay, being a student, you need to have these ideas on business model, and again I'm insisting it should be a part of your report, and the it helps them to identify their own customers. We are all doing our projects, completing a project, getting mark and going without thinking of converting it into the product and making profit out of it. There are a lot of scopes are available there. The base is sustainable development goals. If you have no idea, just think about or have idea about sustainable development goals of United Nations. There are 17 goals proposed by United States, from no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation, infrastructure, reduced inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption of production, climate change action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institution partnership of the goal. Okay, so you do your experiment on these areas. Okay, concentrate because it has a lot of potential of developing sustainable product and fetching the market, pitch the market. Okay, so ideas are very important. I want to tell you that these are all some of the examples I am giving. Uber, Facebook, Alibaba, Airbnb are the best example. They are giving the technological solution. Their bright ideas have been converted into business. Uber, the world's largest taxi company, owns no vehicles. We're all talking about big manufacturing unit, and but even without even a single taxi, they are making millions of dollars. And Facebook, the world's largest popular media owner, creates no content. Alibaba, the most valuable retailer, has no inventory. Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider, has no real estate. Okay, why not you and me? All came out from the bright ideas. So ideas are available in the education institutions. It is a responsibility of the higher education institutions to promote more innovation in the futures. I want to conclude my talk with the mantra of Smart India Hackathon. Innovations lead to new creation. New creations lead to bigger action. Bigger action lead to progress nation. Come out with a lot of things. It's my contact number. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. And so I wish you all very best with come out with a lot of innovations and the be part of the nation building. Thank you so much. Over to the organizers.
Thank you, sir, for briefing us about different novel innovations and concepts on innovation, and also for orienting us to different funding opportunities available. Sir, I just have one question to ask you.
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
So, what is exactly technology? So, we've been hearing this word for a long time. What is technology transfer,
Yeah.
and what are the exclusive rights that the innovator gets for it?
Okay. So there are two terminologies: technology transfer and commercialization. Technology transfer is nothing but your idea. You have developed based on the idea. You have developed a product. Now the product is available, but you have no background, or you are not interested to do a business out of it. But in the same time, you are not ready to waste, or you are not ready to throw your ideas and product on the dustbin. Okay. But in that time, what you can do is there is a two combination: business to business, business to customers. Here you are transferring your technology to another people, another business venture. They will take up your ideas, your product with the legal procedures, and what you will get, they will promote, they will manufacture, they will promote, they will do the business, and they will sell it into the market. For that, you will be getting the royalty. That is nothing but technology transfer. You are transferring the technology to somebody. You are not transferring technology for free of cost. For that, you will be getting, but the revenues and things are very very less if you transfer your technology, because their effort is more, would be more for manufacturing. And the commercialization, full commercialization, what you can do is, for the idea, the product which you are developed, you can get your own intellectual property, and you can set up your own startup unit, identify your workspace, manufacturing unit, and you can directly hit the market. So that is nothing but the technology transfer.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Students, if there are any questions, you're free to ask.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
If we are having a lot of ideas, sir, mostly people will depend on old classic things.
No, your voice is not audible. It's breaking. Your voice is breaking.
Tanya, you can just post the question in the chat box.
So hope you are subscribing my channel.
Sir, whether it is
Okay, I have given my channel details. So kindly subscribe. Those who have subscribed, send a message subscribed. Okay, we have around 75 people, so I'm expecting more subscription today. That is the one takeaway. And share this video to your friends also. Yes, what your question, please? Yes.
So if we have a startup idea, sir,
Hmm.
if it is coming to market, means if people will be depending on the old and ordinary things, sir, how will we overcome that concept?
Yeah, that's what I have shown the floor mat example. We cannot judge that people only buy the old. So even that's what I asked the question. There are two floor mats are available. Which one you will prefer? Which one is more attractive? Which one is more innovative? How, on what basis we are preferring hotels? Which hotel is preferring or giving the tasty food? We are preferring the hotel. Okay. Older is people are offering. Yeah, we can do it without compromising even The latest business is organic food. In the food industry is organic food and millets. So few years before, even you and me are not preferring millets and other thing. Okay. So but nowadays, the knowing the importance, knowing the advantages of consuming the millets, we started taking the millets at least in one of our meals, either breakfast or lunch or dinner. Okay, it is not advisable to take all three times the carbohydrates. Okay, so this how we can attract the customers.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Okay. So if there are no questions, I'll propose the vote of thanks. I take immense pleasure in proposing the vote of thanks for this insightful webinar to Dr. C.R.RENE Robin, Professor and Dean, Innovation, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sri Sairam College of Engineering. I'm thankful to the management for providing us permission. I place my sincere thanks to our Secretary, Dr. Kanayan Sir, and beloved Principal Madam, Dr. D. Brinda, for extending us all the support. I thank the guest speaker of today's program, Dr. C.R.RENE Robin, for readily accepting our invitation in spite of his busy schedule and for sharing his valuable expertise. I hope all our budding entrepreneurs gain knowledge on the technical aspects of innovation.